Micah Morris has discussed life after Good, his path both on and off YouTube moving into the future in ways that he hasn't before. He addressed everything we want to hear about, and we're going to talk about it today. So welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're going to dive right into it. Hit that subscribe button for me. Micah has posted a couple videos recently hinting at things like, following obviously the journey. That's his new series, following this career path towards hopefully pro golf and PGA Tour or whatever it might be. But in a recent video he posted, his house tour video, there are quite a few clips we need to look at here. We're going to go one by one with these and talk about them, but he addresses some things that we haven't heard him say publicly yet that paint a really good picture, and it's actually kind of optimistic, I think, for him. It's very different than what we expected, but I think you guys are going to want to hear about it. So let's watch those.
Extremely thankful for all the support on my YouTube channel for the last couple years, and it has been just a crazy journey, and it has allowed me and Katie to do things we didn't know were possible at the age that we are, and we're extremely thankful. We've always dreamed about diversifying and going outside of YouTube to create more opportunities for ourselves and other people. House tour is going to be a quick video. I'm implementing new strategies into our YouTube channel and how we're going to create content, and lifestyle is going to be part of that. So
all right, two big ones right off the rip. There's more, so stay tuned. We're going to get to the second clip in a second, but two pretty big things right off the rip. So Micah talking about, number one, wanting to implement new strategies into his YouTube channel. Now, as a creator, when you find a format that works, you typically try to stay within that format. You might expand a little here and there, test things here and there, but if you have an audience that enjoys a product, you're going to keep trying to sell that product. I give the analogy of if you walked into an ice cream shop, because it's an ice cream shop and they sell ice cream, and one day they were just selling beef jerky and they try to hand you beef jerky and you're like, well, no, I want ice cream. I came here for ice cream. That's sort of like what it's like on YouTube when you kind of build yourself in, to a lane. And that's how you succeed on YouTube. Being niche on some level on YouTube is important. It sets you apart, gives a value prop, lets the audience know what to expect. So hearing Micah, who has had a very distinct lane, I play golf on camera. I play golf on camera. I try to play competitive golf. I used to play matches. Now it's more competitive pro golf. Say that he's re-evaluating the strategy and he's going to be moving more towards or mixing in lifestyle content like this video, which if you watched it, it's a very different video. It's like iPhone, walking around, touring a place. That's it. First Micah Morris video in history, probably, not to have a golf club in it, minus some sit down chat videos. It was different. And this is something that he talks about wanting to have. And he said it in that Instagram post. He wants to have YouTube be built around his life, not vice versa. His life built around YouTube. So potentially that's what he's hinting at, is more behind the scenes, more kind of vloggy style content, which is interesting. It's a departure. It's different. Second thing that he said in this clip that I found very interesting is that him and Katie have been trying to diversify outside of YouTube, to basically not have YouTube be the thing they're relying on for income, which obviously to this point it is. That is the driver of everything. I've said it before. That's the driver. It's the only reason why he has TaylorMade and all these brand sponsors. It's not because of his golf. It's because of YouTube. And that also drives revenue through the platform itself and through, other types of opportunities. It's all YouTube. Everything's built around YouTube. But this, to me, sounds like maybe he's aware of the fact that the YouTube thing isn't going to be forever for him. Maybe it's not. It's definitely, I would say, I can say this pretty confidently, I don't think his goal is to just be a YouTuber. He said he's not trying to be the biggest entertainer. He's not trying to be the biggest YouTuber in that Instagram post. But unlike Grant, who's like, I'm a YouTuber, that's my North Star, I want to create the best videos possible, I think Micah, YouTube is just a side of what he's doing. And that's changed. I know some people are like, yeah, he said that before. That's not how it was when he left Good. Absolutely not. It was very much we're going out, we're doing this YouTube thing, da-da-da-da-da. Maybe a long-term plan, but I think this is more of a read and react thing, but I think it's good. I mean, I am agreeing with him that especially if he's going down this route of trying to show the behind the scenes of the pro golf stuff, the YouTube views are going to dip, and that means your revenue is going to dip, and maybe some sponsorships are going to dip, and other things are going to dip, but you can still, he's still pulling, I'd say the least views he'd ever get on a video is probably 50,000 right now. So that's still a boatload of views as long as you're posting a couple times a week. And if he's making content that's not as play golf, shot tracers, graphics, it's easier to upload more because it's less production value basically and less work on the edits, so you can upload more. So then, you know, he can still have a semi-comfortable living from that. And then if he is diversifying himself outside of it, he can pull from different streams. The only thing I would say is that, like, as a creator, everything you have around YouTube, if you are diversifying, at least at the beginning, it's all funneled from your YouTube, you know? But his Airbnb is a little bit different. Like, he will get a lot of initial pull from his YouTube channel, but then people will just find it on Airbnb and just book into it. And then that is just a revenue stream. He talks about having one, I think, in Oklahoma as well. So it's very interesting. It's just interesting to hear the guys say, like, focusing on building stuff outside of YouTube. It just shows his full focus is not, it's not even just YouTube and pro golf. It's like YouTube, pro golf, other businesses. It's just different. It's interesting. All right, second clip.
You guys are awesome. Thanks. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that. More content coming behind the scenes, real life of what it's like to do what we do. Cheers.
I don't know what that noise in the background was. I think it was maybe like a pool cleaner or something. So I apologize, but also that's not my video. But very interesting. Very interesting. Just doubling down at the end of the video about, like, come on this journey with us. Come see what the behind the scenes of what we do is. Listen, we have covered so much about Micah's channel because, I mean, Micah and Grant in the last 12 months have been two of the biggest stories in YouTube golf. So obviously we're covering them a lot, and they have really taken two different paths now. It is just so evident and clear that I think this might honestly be like the end of the story. Like, this might be the end of covering this because it's like they're not even comparable anymore. Like, Grant is all in on YouTube. Grant's gonna grow. Grant's channel is gonna pass Micah's. He's just gonna go to the stars and keep moving. He's gonna be he already is one of the biggest solo creators on the platform, but I think he's gonna get all the way up there. And Micah is gonna be using YouTube for whatever he's using it for. And it's not gonna be his North Star. It's not gonna be his focus. He's not gonna be pulling the most amount of views and competing with the biggest dogs, but it doesn't sound like that's what he wants. And that's great, you know, like that. I always tell people who want to start channels, it's like, know what you want. Like, are you just doing this for fun? Are you doing this for a hobby? Are you doing this for almost like a side gig? Or do you want to make the best videos possible? Do you want to have the most amount of views? Do you want to, like, grow as big? Do you want this to be a thing? It's two very different mindsets. It's two very different approaches. And if that's where he's at right now and he's doing things to build around YouTube and not have that be his sole focus anymore, that's great. I'm very interested to see how it goes. Again, I think he's always going to have a loyal, passionate fan base that he's built over the years. And I would expect he could post a video with, you know, a smile and no title and still get 50,000 views. Like, he's obviously an influential guy still. And I don't think he's ever going to post a video and get like 3,000 views. But I do think the days of pulling 200,000+ are probably over unless it's like some sort of match-based thing. But again, it doesn't sound like that's what he wants. And so good for him, you know, honestly, good for him. I'm excited to watch the content. I've said this a million times. I personally like the road of the pro golf content and the behind the scenes because I'm fascinated in that world, but it definitely doesn't have the mass appeal that, you know, Grant's content has. But it's different strokes, different folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I think this might be the end of covering the story, at least for a little while. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.